Evening, everyone. It's Thursday evening, about 5:30, and this is your closing comment. It's video number 787. So I'll just quickly go over the the economic news. Initial claims down 38,000 to 406, continuing 3.642 million, down 96,000. Durable goods orders down. GDP as expected on the first revision at 6.4 unchanged, and personal consumption up 11.3 versus expectations of 10.7. So that was pretty much all of the economic news, and actually the market was all over the place in the futures pre-open. If you recall, before they came out, I told you they were down in up 80 in the Dow and down 58 in the Nasdaq, and down a couple of dollars in the S&P, and they actually at the open were up about $120 in the Dow, down only 40 in the Nasdaq, and up $1.50 in the S&P. So we started off on the upside, and we stayed that way. The only area that gave us any grief at all was the mixed action in the FANG stocks, the mega caps, and that was really nothing to do with any information there. It was more to do with the fact that the bonds were down 3/4 of a point, and so rates were higher, and higher rates always seem to hurt these guys now. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I am going to mention one of the meme stocks, which is AMC, in this last 4 days, including today. So this week, the low was 1271, the high was 2976. I have the last at 2654, and that's up 698 or 36% today, and about 150% on the week. Earnings were pretty solid. CRM, Salesforce, beat top and bottom. The stock had closed 225.83, down 385. After the earnings came, the stock traded as high as 239. So pretty nice move higher, almost $15. And the last 237.23, up 755 or 3.3%. And a solid $10 higher than the close, $12 higher than the close. Dell beat, but the stock did not much on the net change. It had closed 99.70, up 4 cents. It traded up to 103, but came right back down to 99.70, unchanged on that. Ulta had a beat top and bottom line. The stock, this is always an exciting one. Stock had closed 328 and change, up only 87 cents. When the earnings beat was published, it traded 349, so $21 higher. Last is 344.70, and that's up 1781 or 5.26%. And on the downside, we had NVIDIA from yesterday, which beat top and bottom line and traded as high as 635 yesterday after the close, 634, but this morning was trading 627 pre-open, and in fact traded down from there. Closed 619.50, down 8.5 or 1.4%. HPQ, Hewlett-Packard Enterprises, beat on revenue, missed on earnings, gave pretty solid guidance going forward. The stock had closed 32.10, down 7 cents, but the street did not like this, and it traded down to 29.93, so a solid 2.25, and the last I have is 30, down $2.17 or 6.7%. The chart on the screen here is Bitcoin, and again, it's trying to consolidate in this area, and as short range as these days look, let's remember that they're 3,000 point ranges. We really need to get a close above these two highs in this neighborhood in order to really get it moving back to the upside. That's 43,000 and change, and this is 44,060. So we're trading 38,545. So it has a distance. A break of yesterday's high at 40,895 would be helpful, and then we have these two tops right around the 42,300, 42,400 area. So we're building. It looks like it should work, but so far it's still consolidating. But it's a fairly dangerous chart. Whichever way it breaks, it's really going to go. The oil was actually up. It opened about unchanged, went down on the day, all the way back to hit that 5-day moving average, which has turned up and crossed through the 20. It looks to me like it's going to break to the upside here again. And 70 or 72 looks like it's absolutely in the cards. We should probably look at the SCO. Also, as I said, the bonds were down, the dollar was down. The bonds were a little on the surprising side because the numbers were not that great. But as you can see, it barely could even open unchanged and finish pretty close to the low. So, we're in that lower high. Hopefully, we'll see what goes on there. And Tellurian, TELL. Let me show you. As I mentioned this morning, they got their first contract. The stock traded as high as 413. It actually traded 422, I think, pre-market. But we clearly broke out through this, and it was a pretty amazing move. Closed after having a range of 358 to 413. It closed 386, up 69, or just short of 22%. Actually, it's trading up a little higher now, 389, up 72 cents, or just short of 23%. All right, everyone. That's it. I'll be back first thing in the morning, and we will get right back to work.